I'm Nicholas Brunetti, and I'd like to start us off today with a story. It was 3 a.m. a couple of years ago when I decided to run a marathon. But this was no ordinary marathon because there was no water stations, no cheering crowds, none of that. I was by myself facing a 26-mile, perfectly straight biking trail that connected two separate counties. Now, the goal was to finish the marathon before sunrise, but I had barely any training at all. In fact, this was 4 times farther than I'd ever run before. So you can imagine, it didn't go very well. But I didn't leave that trail empty-handed. I believe that I left with a design for how I wanted to live my life. It was somewhere around mile 15 when I was running and my legs clamped. My body was aching all over, and so I fell to the ground. I came to the realization that the people who finish these marathons are not necessarily the most talented people, because I'm a talented runner. I can run a mile in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So if there was talent, I had it. But this was beyond any level of talent that any person can have, because a marathon is just that far. I came to the realization that the people who finish marathons are the most disciplined. They're the people who have the most ability to stick to it every single day. That's how you become a good runner, and that's how you become successful in life in general. And so in the real world, I got to hear about the CFA Charter. This is the Chartered Financial Analyst designation. And basically this exam is a series of 3 different exams that are all very difficult. And so I saw it a lot like a marathon. And so I got inspired to do it, and so I chased after it. But this time, I did it differently than the marathon. I decided to approach this exam with humility. I decided to study every single day for over a year, and that is how I passed on my first try. I got to do it while I was doing my senior year of undergrad, and shortly I got accepted to the MBA program. And so all of it went well in line, but it's because I was so consistent and I had a lot of discipline. That's how it all worked out in the end. Sometimes people ask me about why I don't burn out. And I tell them that you have to enjoy what you're doing. I actually got into finance 5 years ago, and I can tell you that I feel like I enjoy it more now than I did even when I started, when I had all the motivation and exploration that I could possibly have. I like it more now because I can see all the growth that I've had and all the growth that I'm even currently having. I'm doing CFA Level 2 right now while I'm doing the MBA, and it is going amazing because I get to see all the growth in all the different areas that I'm able to expand my knowledge in every single day. I'm more knowledgeable today than I was a week ago, and by a quantifiable amount. It's absolutely amazing. And so I enjoy the journey that I'm on. And so I tell people that when it comes to burnout, it doesn't exist if you enjoy what you're doing. Burnout is a temporary phase that I call stress. It comes in and it comes out. So burnout does not exist if you like what you're doing. But a few months after doing the marathon, I got to train for it the right way. And so I did get to finish the marathon, and to be honest, it felt way more satisfying that I got to finish it after having trained for it, rather than if I had finished it the first time. And the reason why is because I got to see my growth, just like I did with the CFA and all these other things. I got to see the progress and how I would be faster in all these different miles and all these different splits and all of it. And so it was amazing to see the growth that I had throughout the journey. And so that's what I want to impart with you guys today, is that if you enjoy the journey, there is no such thing as burning out. You can do it, just commit to it every day, and you will get better. So my question for you is, do you enjoy your journey? If you do, then keep at it every single day so you can keep on growing at the pace that you want. But if you don't enjoy your journey, then why are you still there? You need to find another path that can make you feel complete, because we all want to live meaningful, purposeful lives, and I know you do too. So make sure that you do that. And if you want to have the growth mindset, then I'm going to tell you this, it's going to feel like you're always the best you've ever been, but the worst you'll ever be. That's what growth is all about. If you understand that, then I can promise you that it's going to work well for you. Have a great rest of your day.